Why RHOBH Kyle Richards might be the villain, not Mauricio Umansky. Since Season 1, Episode 1 of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, I've always had a soft spot for Kyle Richards. Perhaps it was because she had such turmoil with her sisters, or the fact that she really loved being a wife and mother. In the early days, Kyle came across as innocent. Now I know better. But whatever it was, the actor had a spell over me. However, as Season 14 continued to air, I couldn't help but wonder, was Kyle the damsel in distress, or was she just the distress for others? So divorce is a sticky roller coaster of a mess. We all know this. For 2 years now, fans have watched Kyle and Mauricio Umansky navigate their separation, and it's pretty much stalled in the water. But to have no resolution feels a bit odd to many RHOBH fans. To this day, none of us understands what led to their 27-year marriage ending. Kyle has dropped cryptic hints during the reunion that Mao broke her trust, but never gave an example. For years, there have been rumors surrounding his possible infidelity, but no woman has ever come forward claiming to be a mistress. Since they announced their breakup in July 2023, Mauricio has moved out of the family home. Since then, fans have watched Kyle process the major change to her life, but some scenes showed the duo hugging, crying, and talking about their family, and while it might have been cathartic for them, it felt manipulative on Kyle's part. The big elephant in the room is why no papers have been signed, and all fingers seem to be pointing to Kyle holding back. Mao has been spotted with multiple women, but the biggest lady of note had to be the airport snap heard around the Bravosphere. After just stepping off the plane in Mykonos, Greece, on July 16, a pap snapped Mao embracing a young woman and kissing her. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills fans watched the fallout during the current season, and while Erica Jane and Jennifer Tilly both recently called him out for his passive-aggressive behavior, I was left questioning if Mao was really at fault here. According to Kyle, he is playing by the rules, and both are entitled to date during their separation period. Kyle told The Hollywood Reporter, "Obviously, it's strange to see his personal life played out all the time, photos of him walking down the street with other women, but while it may be strange, we're not together like that, so it is what it is." But Kyle also noted at the reunion that he is allowed to date. She told the cast that Mao loves to socialize. "It makes me think that's one of the reasons we're not together, actually," she elaborated. "I don't like to go out and party like that. When we were in our 20s it was great, 30s too, but now I'm like, I don't want to do that." During the reunion, Kyle revealed some more cryptic breadcrumbs to Andy Cohen and viewers. "I know he regrets things that have happened that got us to this place," Kyle responded. "I don't know if he wants to get back together because he has never said that," she shared. Kyle alluded to some issues that could have caused their demise. She noted that money, traveling, fame, his business, the agency, growing, and the attention he was getting with all that didn't help their relationship. At times, it very much felt like Kyle played the victim role. She was not innocent, as photos of her and Morgan Wade took over the blogs. To this day, she still hasn't defined their relationship. But according to Kyle, the marital issues had more to do with Mao. She ended her part at the reunion, noting, "Women are snakes. They see a man who was a good husband and a good father, and he has money, and they're like, 'Oh, I want that,' and throw themselves at him. And we got married very young, and he never got to go out and do his thing. And I think that, really contributed to the downfall of our marriage." Kyle can be both the villain and the damsel, it just depends on the day. When it comes to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, nobody ever really wears the white hat. The diamonds glisten, the tears flow, and the truth, it gets buried under layers of designer labels and carefully curated Instagram posts. But in the tale of Kyle Richards and Mauricio Umansky's unraveling marriage, the narrative pushed to the forefront is a familiar one. Mauricio, the charming, successful real estate mogul, must have done something wrong. After all, Kyle's the long-suffering wife, the heart of the show, the ride-or-die sister, the mom who keeps it all together. But what if that's not the full story? What if Kyle Richards, the OG Beverly Hills housewife, the emotional anchor of the series, isn't the heroine we've been led to believe? What if, in a shocking twist only Bravo could manifest, Kyle is the real villain of this very LA love story? Let's peel back the Botox and examine the receipts. 1. The Queen Bee Syndrome. For over a decade, Kyle has reigned supreme on RHOBH, outlasting feuds, scandals, and cast shakeups. She's the Lisa Vanderpump survivor. The one who didn't steal Kim's goddamn house, even though, well, did she? Time and again, Kyle positions herself as the victim, whether it's dealing with her sisters, her friends, or now her marriage. But the truth is, Kyle has long enjoyed being the center of the RHOBH universe. When LVP's popularity eclipsed hers, Kyle didn't rest until the Pink Palace's queen had been dethroned. When Brandi Glanville came in hot and chaotic, Kyle acted flustered, but behind the scenes, her alliances shifted like tectonic plates to maintain her social dominance. She's played the game well, too well. And like any skilled reality queen, she knows one thing for certain: control the narrative, or be controlled by it. Mauricio, meanwhile, never had interest in the Bravo politics. He built his empire at the agency, kept things light, and smiled for the cameras. His lack of desire to micromanage the storyline may be precisely what made him expendable. 2. The strategic glow-up. Let's talk about Kyle's transformation. Gone are the days of oversized kaftans and playing second fiddle to flashier castmates. In recent seasons, Kyle has undergone a physical and emotional makeover. Suddenly she's shredded, sober, at least sometimes, and rocking tattoos while playing guitar. She's hanging out with country singers and posting cryptic quotes about growth and boundaries. The timing? Right around the deterioration of her marriage. Instead of addressing the issues head-on with Mauricio, Kyle has become a master of passive-aggressive storytelling. Her scenes are peppered with vague references to growing apart, to feeling unseen, to wanting something more. It's the kind of language that sounds empowering, but often masks deep-seated resentment and emotional retreat. Mauricio didn't change, Kyle did, and when the roles shifted and the power dynamic wobbled, Kyle didn't fight for the marriage. She pivoted toward a rebrand, toward independence, and toward a very public flirtation with someone new, Morgan Wade. 3. The Morgan Wade factor. Speaking of which, let's not ignore the heavily inked elephant in the room. Kyle's close friendship with country singer Morgan Wade has raised more eyebrows than Lisa Rinna's ever did. The matching tattoos, the intimate photo shoots, the sudden fascination with country music and cowboy hats. Kyle has insisted the relationship is platonic, while simultaneously refusing to shut down speculation. Here's where the villainy creeps in. Whether romantic or not, Kyle knew how it looked. She knew the Bravo fanbase would eat it up, that tabloids would run wild, and that Mauricio, her husband of over 25 years, would be left to either play along or look like a fool. It's emotional sabotage in slow motion. Instead of protecting her marriage, Kyle chose chaos. She allowed the rumors to swirl unchecked, and she fed the flames with coy smiles and suggestive social posts. And Mauricio? He tried to hold the line, even going so far as to say they were working on things, while Kyle filmed scenes about emotional distance. Villain behavior isn't always loud. Sometimes it's subtle, calculated, and executed with a soft smile and a perfectly curated caption. 4. The sister act, again. Let's not forget Kyle's complicated history with her sisters. Her storyline with Kim Richards could fill its own novella. Add Kathy Hilton to the mix and you have a trilogy of dysfunction. Kyle has always claimed to be the peacekeeper, but watch closely and you'll see a pattern. She throws the first emotional grenade, then cries when the war begins. With Kim, Kyle brought deeply personal addiction issues to the screen. With Kathy, she played coy when Lisa Rinna detonated the Aspen tequila meltdown. In both cases, Kyle's hands never seemed clean. She claims to value family above all, but it's hard to ignore how often her rise came at the cost of someone else's downfall.